Hello, audience, and welcome to another episode of My Life Uncut. I'm Daniel Tyrone of Daniel Tyrone Photography. We've made some changes, so good luck to Sherry and her new endeavors. And this is my new co-host.
Hi everyone, I'm Keisha White. I am a life coach and I specialize in wellness and fitness. And I'm looking forward to moving forward with Daniel Tyrone and the show.
And today we have a special guest. We met maybe 2 or 3 months ago trying to work on some projects. Got to know him a little bit and part of his life story. This is Floyd Ferguson. He's an award-winning writer and storyteller whose diverse writing experiences make him one of Houston's great treasures. His first book, Turbulent, was written in 2017 and earned him critical acclaim. I'm currently reading chapter 3, and I can't even put it down. So welcome, Floyd, and thanks for being our guest.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So we've talked a little bit about growing up in a single parent home and some of the trials and tribulations that deals with. Can you explain your childhood, being a product of a single home, and how that kind of gave you the energy to be where you are today?
Starting off, I wasn't exactly in a single home. I'm actually a child of a product of a divorce.
Oh, gotcha.
So when I was maybe 8, my parents split. So I felt how I felt to pretty much have what I wanted.
Right.
But then I felt exactly how I felt to have nothing.
Right, because like my parents divorced at 10, and I got that same feeling. Well, when I had the dynamic of a family, everything was good. My pops would come home, my pops was in the Air Force, he'd come home, and it'd be very joyous. And then after my parents got divorced and I lived with my mother and my brothers, I kind of grew up real quick. And my mother worked several jobs, and I kind of maintained the discipline and whether I could do it or not at 10 of my brothers. So yeah, I know what that whole dynamic is about.
And coincidentally, the 3 of us seem to be all products of divorce.
Right.
Yeah, all 3 of us. Yeah.
The second question I have, I'm intrigued by your writing style, and by that, I find that I'm drawn to a lot of authors that are storytellers and are able to put that on paper and give you and put you in that world while you're reading their material. What were some of the greatest challenges as you realized that being a writer would be your profession?
Realizing that I was a writer. That was the biggest challenge because I wanted to do everything else.
Right.
I wanted to, I worked in the oil field for 10 years, so I did that. So when I came to Houston, I figured that is what I was going to do. I'm experienced, educated. Who wouldn't want me on their team?
I want you on my team.
I come to Houston and nobody wanted me on their team.
Well, things have changed.
Overqualified for everything. So I had to find me a new career, something new to do. And, it's pretty much the Lord put these words in my head because I didn't go to school to be an English major. And, I really didn't even like English at all. I needed to get them out some kind of way, and I just started writing and,
That's amazing.
I didn't even, if you read the first chapter, I didn't even realize I was writing a book. I just wanted to write about something positive. And when I came home from Africa, and the way I felt, I wanted to share it because it was, coming home after being away for so long, is a joyous occasion, and if you feel like you want to kiss the ground, and it's dirty, so you don't kiss the ground, but you feel like kissing the ground.
Right. Yeah.
So, and I've experienced that. I wasn't gone as long as you were, but I've experienced that. So, what are your current? This is a 2-part question.
All right.
What are your current projects, and what different authors do you like and read?
All right. Well, I'm gonna talk about the authors first.
Okay.
Because since I started writing, I haven't read anyone. But before that point, I was more a sci-fi guy. So I come from a small community, so we had a public library, so you wouldn't really hearing about different authors and different things. So I would just go into the library and try to find someone to read. But the guy that I was reading, his name was David Eddings, and a guy offshore actually handed me the book. He was like, man, I'm nosy, so I asked him, man, what you reading? And he told me, he was like, man, this is a good book. You want to read this? And I want to read a book. I hadn't read books in years, you know. So I started reading that book, and I fell back in love with reading.
Good.
And then I started writing.
Good.
You know, I have had a chance. I got a chance to open up the book and read it, and I looked at the synopsis. One of the things that I noticed is that two particular characters stood out for me, and they were the two detectives, right?
The twins.
The twins.
Right.
And so, you know, what I was formulating in my mind was, why are these two characters women, and why twins? Why did they happen to be twins? What was your inspirational motivation behind these characters being women?
You see a lot of TV, and you know, black women in particular aren't portrayed exactly how they are. Like I'm a black man, I was raised around all women, right? So everyone is different, but these women are so great because we have to deal with so much on a daily basis. Just everyone know everything that's going on in the country. You know, when you can storm the Capitol and cause insurrection and go home and get slapped on the wrist, you know, it's kind of different than driving down the street as a black man. Anytime a cop get behind me, I'm nervous, you know what I'm saying? It done messed up my whole day. You know, why you following me for 3 blocks? You know, so we know the unfairness. So I want to shine light exactly where it's supposed to be, because I know nothing but great women, right? So these two characters is a combination of, you know, just my experiences through life, and I wanted to show that, man, some of the toughest people I know on this earth is women, you know? Like, I know women that men won't mess with, because they real, you know? So I wanted them to, you know, be some women that you're like, man, them girls bad, boy.
Right. So yeah, like I always tell people that I'm afraid of two things. I used to say I'm scared, but I'm gonna try to be quick. That I'm afraid of two things: alligators and my mom.
All right, yeah.
That's it.
That's right.
Mine's
right.
snakes in my mouth.
You know, I really like that, and I'm really looking forward to finishing the rest of the book. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
So the other thing is, today, just happened today, I found out about this book, The Bouncing Baby's Adventure.
Yes.
And written and illustrated by Uncle Big. Tell me about Uncle Big. Tell me about this book, this series, and what does this mean to you? What is this about?
Oh, this book. All right, I'm gonna tell you about Uncle Big first.
Yes, please.
I'm Floyd Ferguson, but 2 kids into my life when I was young. My niece Jashelle and my nephew Rashad. So from that point on, maybe it was 14, 15, I heard Uncle Big. So my whole life I've been hearing Uncle Big. So when I decided, you know, I don't want to really mix, you know, Turbulent with the children books I want to create. So I needed another name. I want to write under something different. But I want it to still be me, right? So I thought about it, and I am Uncle Big. So that's how that came apart. Wow. And the Bouncing Baby Adventure, that came about because I just had my daughter now is 18 months, and she's a daddy's girl, you know? So this girl, she lights my world up, but she always wants to be here. Like, when I see her right now, I see her right here with both arms wrapped around my leg, like, pick me up. But when she was real small, you know, I was just bouncing on my knee and talking to her, and I came up with Bouncing Baby, and I said, man, I need to make that into a book for her. So I started illustrating myself, and, you know, just, you know, I'm a researcher. I ain't gonna say I won't say I'm the best artist, because I never seen myself that way.
Sure.
But I can come up with some stuff. I research it and see how to do it, and you know, if someone can do it, I can figure it out too. So I started doing the illustrations, and I got this character, and I didn't know how she was gonna grow up to look, but I look at the girl and say, all right, it was about close. I know you have a big bushy hair, so so I created her that book, and the way she reacts to me now when she see this book tells me that she remembers me creating this book for her, you know. So she see it and she just lights up, and that's all I wanted.
It seems like you've created a wonderful legacy for not only your daughter, but you know, other kids as well.
Yes.
This is really wonderful. So where do you see this going? Are you creating more books?
Yes. Well, right now, you know, I had to put Turbulent on the shelf.
Oh, come on, man.
And I did because she shifted my whole thought. Mm-hmm. And when I'm writing Turbulent, I have to think a certain way, right? Because I'm in it. Everything I write, I see. Mm-hmm. So because I see it, I have to be committed all the way. Right. Because I want to give the audience exactly what I see. So I'm trying to write exactly how I see the story playing out. Mm-hmm. And because she's always in my face, then you know I can't really shift in that direction. You know, I can get there every now and then.
So you're not gonna wait.
The story progressing. Okay. The story is written completely in my head. I just got to put it down to pencil.
Yes, and we had that conversation because I was telling you I wanted to write some stuff.
So don't worry.
Okay.
Like,
I just don't want to.
The next Turbulent, the Turbulent after that, internet. I got them all down. I won't forget it. I have my outline, my timeline, everything.
Because you know I got my signed copy.
Yes, sir.
So, but I'm just
appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. I got you. I just don't want her to get to kindergarten. You still haven't read the second novel.
Who get to kindergarten?
The baby.
Oh, I don't want the babies reading that second novel.
No, I'm saying won't start finishing.
That's why I got Uncle Big.
Oh, okay. So we good.
So, because when we going with Turbulent, I don't even want the kids even.
Oh no, I'm not saying she's gonna read. I'm saying that you're not gonna get started because she's gonna be with you until she get to kindergarten.
I got you. I'm working that out. You know, you gotta.
I'm being a little
checks and balances. You gotta try to figure out how to juggle and weigh
between children, wife, and family.
But you gotta realize that they the boss first.
I got you.
See, once you realize that, then you can try to figure out, all right, how much time do I have for this, right?
Yeah.
And I guess the pandemic has helped you a little bit.
Yeah, you know, no. That makes her want me more.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. No, I'm not essential.
Right.
So, I am essential because my job is her. Right. So, she, when I was like, Mama, I tell her all the time, I'm daddy. Mm-hmm. I'm daddy.
Right? Sounds like she has you right where she needs you.
Yeah.
Little piggy finger.
Right.
Yes.
So, like she was talking about, I'm gonna kind of piggyback off her. What other current projects? I know you got Turbulent. I'm gonna call it Turbulent 2. It's probably not gonna call that, but Turbulent 2.
That's where it's looking right now. Man.
Okay, and then you got the children's books coming up. You're gonna get on. It's gonna be an extension of Uncle Big's creative mind and illustration, correct?
Yes, sir. And I also I'm working on a comic book.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
comic books.
Yeah, I'm coming up with my own comic universe. I need something that will represent us, right?
Right.
But since I've been exposed to so many different things, you know, from, you know, it's the internet, so I get to reach out and go around the world and see what's going on. And I love all kind of different things. I'm one of the kind of strange person because I don't mind dabbling in something until, you know, you don't know what you like. So, you know, I come from a small place and we didn't have everything there. So I want to try everything at least once to see if it's for me, you know. Now some things you know off the dump, like, but, you know, you want to try some things out. So in this comic book, you know, I'm trying to take a different approach with it, you know, because I'm a storyteller. So I'm going to tell a story, right? And it's up to the readers to determine who's superheroes and all that, you know, because I don't want to just create something and say, hey, this is your superhero. Well, I want you to be the judge. I want you to invest into these characters and, you know, determine who you like the most and stuff. I don't want to force feed you things. So I'm going to lay out an elaborate story and just give them, you know, the visuals to follow. And, you know,
I like it.
I hope everybody like it. It's gonna be called Onyx U. So it's
Onyx Youth?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's the Onyx universe.
Oh man, I like it already.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
cool,
So
cool.
That's coming probably the end of the year.
Can't wait.
I have 2 artists at work on it right now. So I have the story. I have the story up to like 5 comics right now.
That's amazing.
But I just need the artists to catch up to where I'm at. So, but that's coming.
I have one more question
Of
for
course.
you, Mr. Ferguson. So, what would you tell young men about pursuing their dreams? What would you tell young black men, young people about pursuing their dreams? What advice would you give?
My advice to young people about pursuing their dreams would be to figure out who they are first, right? Because dreams change, you know, with circumstances and situations. And if you're going to pursue a dream, you want to make sure that you're pursuing your dream, something that you're passionate about, something that you love, and not just something that someone else force-fed you and just wants you to follow, you know, because, you know, it takes us a while to figure out who we are. You know, as adults, like, man, I'm 39, I think I figured it out when I was like 34, you know, so, like, you know, it takes a while. Don't rush, don't feel pressured. You know, I hate to say this, but try to take your time to try to figure out what it is and what you want to do, because it's very serious and it determines how your life will be going forward.
Okay.
So,
I didn't decide that I had decided I didn't actually pursue photography until I turned 55. And so when I went into my classes to study, I was the oldest person there. Even though I'd already gotten my undergraduate and graduate degree, in my household, my parents are products of the 60s. So their mentality was stick close to the government as you can, because you always get paid, you always have a job. And so with my own kids, I try to teach them, find your passion and go after it. So I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. So thanks for being here. We really appreciate you. We're gonna wind this up. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of My Life Uncut.
Subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you next time.
Peace. There you go.